Listen to me. The way you start your day is everything. Some of you don't even realize you've been losing before you've even taken your first step out of bed. You think your life is falling apart because of big problems, but sometimes it's not the big problems. It's the small pattern. It's how you start, because how you start your day sets the tone for every single thing that follows. You ever notice how one bad morning can mess up your whole day? You wake up late, you're rushing, you spill coffee on your shirt, you hit traffic, and by the time you get where you're going, you're already frustrated, already drained. Now everything feels heavier. Every conversation feels sharper. Every obstacle feels bigger. Not because the day is against you, but because you set the wrong tone from the jump. On the flip side, you ever wake up before your alarm, get your workout in, eat a solid breakfast, and have time to breathe before the world starts pulling at you? You walk into that same job, that same meeting, that same situation, but now you're calm, alert, focused. You're not reacting to life, you're running it. That's the difference. It's not just what happens to you, it's how you prepare yourself to face it. Some of you are treating your mornings like they don't matter, like they're just a warm-up. But the truth is, your morning is the foundation of your day. And if the foundation is weak, the whole structure wobbles. You can't expect to stand tall all day if you start the morning crooked. You can't expect to win if you start your day on defense. When I tell people I wake up at 3 in the morning, they think it's about bragging. It's not about the number. It's about the mindset. It's about claiming the day before the day claims me. It's about setting the energy, the focus, and the discipline before the distractions come. Most of you wake up and immediately hand your energy to the world. Your phone, your emails, your notifications. You let the outside world set your tone, and then you wonder why you feel off balance all day. You've got to own your start. You've got to take those first moments and use them to feel yourself. Drain yourself. You've got to decide who you're going to be today before the world tries to tell you who you are. That means starting with intention, not accident. You can't just roll out of bed and hope to be great. You got to step out of bed with purpose. Some of you think motivation is about hype, about videos and speeches. No, motivation starts the moment your alarm goes off and you make a choice. Do you hit snooze or do you get up? Do you start your day scrolling through everyone else's life? Or do you start building your own? Do you fill your mind with negativity before the sun even rises? Or do you speak life over yourself? These are the little choices that turn into big results. Your start isn't just physical, it's mental. If you wake up telling yourself that this is going to be a long day, guess what? It will be. If you wake up saying, I can't wait for this day to be over, you've already surrendered before you've even begun. But if you wake up saying, this is my day, my opportunity, my moment to grow, you walk differently, you think differently, and people respond to you differently. I remember back when I was still trying to figure out my path. My mornings were sloppy. I get up whenever, eat whatever, and rush into my day without a plan. And because I started messy, my results were messy. But when I started waking up with a clear plan, with rituals that fit me, prayer, exercise, reading, journaling, the whole game changed. I wasn't just reacting to life anymore. I was directing it. Think about athletes before a game. They don't just walk onto the field cold. They warm up. They stretch. They get their mind right because they know the start determines the performance. You can't expect to play at a championship level if you start unprepared. And you can't expect to win the day if you stumble into it half asleep. The problem is most people treat mornings like leftovers. They give it no thought, no energy. But the most successful people guard their mornings like gold. They know that what happens in that first hour will echo through the next 12. If you start your day with, you'll spend the rest of it trying to catch up. If you start your day ahead, you'll spend the rest of it leading the pace. And I know what some of you are thinking. I'm not a morning person. Let me tell you something. Being a morning person isn't about the clock. It's about the clock. It's about owning your first moments, no matter when they are. If you work late and wake up at noon, fine. But whenever you wake up, that first hour needs to belong to you, not the chaos. That's when you fuel your body, feed your mind, and set your intention. You have to treat your start like a launch pad. Every rocket needs a strong launch to break through gravity. And every one of us has our own kind of gravity: doubt, fear, fatigue, distraction. If your launch is weak, you'll never get free of it. But if your launch is strong, you'll break through and rise higher than you thought possible. I've had days where everything went wrong. Plans fell apart, people let me down, problems popped up. But because I started the day strong, I handled it without falling apart. I stayed focused. I stayed energized. I kept control. And I've had days where everything seemed fine on the outside. But because I started the day weak, I let little things throw me off. Oh, that's the difference the start makes. You gotta protect your start from anything that steals your focus. That might mean waking up earlier to get time to yourself. That might mean not checking your phone until after your morning routine. That might mean changing your environment so you're not waking up in clutter and chaos. Whatever it takes, you've got to make sure that the first part of your day is setting you up to win. Because here's the truth: your start is a seed. If you plant a strong seed, you'll grow a strong day. If you plant a weak seed, you'll grow a weak day. And you can't harvest strength from something you never planted. The results you want at 6 p.m. start with the choices you make at 6 a.m. Listen to me. Your energy is the most valuable thing you've got. More than your money, more than your car, more than your degree. You can get money back. You can replace a car. You can earn another certificate. But once you let somebody or something drain your energy, you can't just snap your fingers and get it back. And the problem with some of you is you're too generous with your energy. You're letting anybody and anything take it without asking if they've earned it. You've got to guard your energy like it's treasure. You got to protect it like it's your last drop of water in the desert. Because here's the truth: some people aren't in your life to support you. They're in your life to siphon from you. They take your focus, your peace, your drive, and they give you nothing back. They come to you with complaints, drama, and negativity. And you think you're just a listening or a being nice. But what you're really doing is paying them with your spirit. You can't get where you're going if you're carrying the weight of everybody else's problems. I'm not saying you can't help people, but you got to be wise about who you give your energy to. Some people want help but don't want to change. Some people want advice but have no intention of using it. And if you keep pouring into them, you're going to end up empty while they're still in the same place. And it's not just people, it's habits. You got lazy habits that are robbing you every single day. You wake up and spend the first hour scrolling through nonsense, and you wonder why you have no motivation. You tell yourself you're going to work out, but you keep starting tomorrow. You say you want to grow, but you keep watching other people's lives instead of building your own. Every one of those habits is a thief, and the longer you let them live in your house, the poorer you get in spirit. You've got to stop putting a fence around your mind. That means being intentional about what you allow in. That means turning off the gossip. That means walking away from the conversations that go nowhere. That means saying no when someone wants to dump their negativity on you. And yes, some people will call you selfish for it. But hear me, protecting your energy is not selfish, it's survival. I've seen people with incredible talent burn out because they gave their energy to the wrong things. They had big dreams, but they spent more time fighting other people's battles, defending themselves against haters, or trying to prove their worth to folks who were never going to support them. And by the time they turned back to their own goals, they had nothing left in the tank. That I don't argue with people who are committed to misunderstanding me. I don't try to win over people who've already decided they don't like me. I don't waste my energy trying to change someone who doesn't want to be changed. That's energy I could be putting into my purpose, my growth, my mission. My problem, my mission. And that's what some of you need to start doing. Stop giving VIP access to people who belong in the cheap seats. You've also got to protect yourself from your own negative self-talk. Some of you are your own biggest energy thief. You wake up and immediately tell yourself you're not good enough, that you're behind, that you can't win. And the moment you say those things, you already drained yourself before the day even starts. You've got to flip that. You've got to talk to yourself like you're worth guarding. You've got to speak life over yourself before the world even gets a chance to speak to you. Guarding your energy also means controlling your environment. If your surroundings are full of clutter, noise, and chaos, your mind will feel the same way. If your workspace is full of distractions, you'll spend more time avoiding the work than doing it. Sometimes the best way to protect your energy is to create a space where it can grow. When I started being intentional about my energy, my whole life shifted. I stopped answering every phone call. I stopped attending every argument I was invited to. I stopped wasting time with people who only came around when they needed something. And guess what happened? My focus got sharper. My motivation got stronger. My vision got clearer. Because I wasn't drained all the time, I was charged. And let me tell you something. When you guard your energy, you get more of it. You start to realize how much of your tiredness wasn't from hard work. It was from unnecessary work. You start to see how much of your stress wasn't from chasing your dreams. It was from carrying things that weren't yours to carry. You start to understand you don't have to attend every fight. You don't have to answer every critic. And you don't have to fix every problem. You've got to get to a place where your energy is sacred, where you say, if it doesn't grow me, if it doesn't build me, if it doesn't align with my vision, it's not getting my time. That doesn't mean you stop helping people. It means you help from a place of strength, not from a place of depletion. It means you pour from a full cup, not an empty one. Some of you need to start cutting off the leaks in your life. Might be a toxic friend. That might be the news you watch every morning that leaves you feeling hopeless. That might be the habit of staying up too late, scrolling through things that don't matter. You gotta plug those leaks if you wanna keep your energy high. Because here's the truth. Every great thing you're going to build, every goal you're going to reach, every dream you're going to life will require your energy. And if you keep spending it on things that don't matter, you won't have enough left for the things that do. So you gotta guard it like your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. Some of you keep wondering why you're tired all the time. You think it's because you work hard. You think it's because life is stressful. But I'm telling you, a lot of your exhaustion has nothing to do with how much you're working and everything to do with how you're living. You're trying to run a marathon on a gas tank that's almost empty. You're trying to climb mountains without giving your body and mind the fuel they need. And you wonder why halfway through the day you're yawning, you're losing focus, and your ambition is fading. You can't talk about success and ignore your energy source. You can't say you want to perform at the highest level while treating your body and mind like they're disposable. Champions don't just train their skills, they train their energy. They feed themselves like they're preparing for war. They move their bodies like they know it's a machine that has to last decades. They put habits in place that keep them sharp day after day. Some of you are eating and living like you're preparing for a nap, not preparing for greatness. You start your morning with sugar and caffeine, hoping it will carry you through the day. You skip meals, you overeat at night, you drink more soda than water, and you expect your body to somehow perform like a Ferrari. No, you can't put cheap fuel in a high-performance engine and expect championship results. And it's not just the food, it's the movement. You sit all day. You drive, you scroll, you sit at a desk, you sit on a couch, you lie in bed, and then you wonder why you have no fire in you. Energy is created through movement. The body is designed to work better when it's active. When you move, your blood flows, your brain lights up, your mood shifts. When you don't move, you stagnate physically and mentally. I'm not saying you gotta be in the gym for 3 hours a day like a pro athlete. I'm saying you gotta make movement a non-negotiable part of your day. You can walk, you can stretch, you can do push-ups, you can take the stairs instead of the elevator. I don't care what it is, just move. Because the more you move, the more energy you'll have to put into your work, your relationships, your dreams, and then there's your routine. You can't keep living by accident and expect consistent results. If your mornings are chaos, your days will be chaos. If you wake up at random times, if you start your day reacting instead of creating, you'll always be in a defensive position. High energy people don't wait for the day to hit them. They hit the day first. They wake up with a plan. They know what they're going to do before the sun comes up. When you wake up and immediately pour into yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, you change the entire trajectory of your day. You read something uplifting. You speak something positive over your life. You drink water. You move your body. You give yourself the best start possible so that when the challenges come, you're ready. But when you wake up late, check your phone first thing. Scroll through bad news and rush out the door, you've already lost before the day has begun. And hear me, I'm not talking about perfection. I'm not saying you'll never miss a workout or never eat a slice of cake. I'm saying your lifestyle should be built around habits that add energy instead of habits that take it away. Because here's the truth. If your habits are draining you, you're going to need twice the effort just to get average results. But if your habits are fueling you, you can get extraordinary results without burning out. Some of you are working hard, but you're working tired. That's why you feel like you're stuck. That's why it feels like you're running in place. You can't outwork a bad system. You can't out-hustle bad habits. You got to make sure the way you live is setting you up to win. Start small if you have to. Drink more water. Go for a 15-minute walk every morning. Get to bed earlier. Replace one junk meal with something clean. Read for 10 minutes before you pick up your phone. These little shifts might seem small, but they stack. And when they stack, they create momentum. And momentum is where energy lives. You've also got to watch the people you spend time with when it comes to energy habits. If you're around people who eat junk, skip workouts, and stay up all night, you're going to start mirroring those behaviors. But if you put yourself in rooms where health and growth are normal, you'll start to level up without even realizing it. Energy is contagious, and that goes for good energy too. The reality is, success isn't just about talent, it's about endurance. And you can't endure if your body is breaking down and your mind is running on fumes. I've seen talented people quit, not because they didn't have what it took, but because they didn't have the energy to keep going. They had the skill, they had the opportunity, but they didn't have the stamina. And stamina is built by the way you live every single day. Your dreams need a version of you that's alert, focused, and ready for anything. You can't give them that if you're dragging yourself through life. So you got to invest in the habits that keep your energy high, because your goals aren't going to wait for you to feel like it. Opportunities are not going to slow down so you can catch your breath. Life moves, and if you want to keep up, your energy has to match your ambition. You've got to decide, are you going to live like a champion, or are you going to live like you're just trying to get through the day? Champions understand everything is connected. What you eat, how you move, what you read, who you're around, how you sleep, it all shows up in the results. And if you keep ignoring the basics, you're going to keep wondering why you can't break through to the next level. The truth is, the small, unglamorous habits are the ones that change everything. Drinking water instead of soda, walking instead of scrolling, planning your day instead of winging it, going to bed instead of watching just one more episode. These aren't big, dramatic changes, but over time, they create the energy you need to live the life you're chasing. Listen to me. Some of you keep wondering why your life feels stuck, why your dreams are moving in slow motion, and why every day feels the same. But here's the truth. It's not your talent that's holding you back. It's your energy. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how many degrees you got. If you walk into your dreams with low energy, with a tired spirit, with your shoulders slouched, the universe is going to treat you exactly how you present. It's not invisible. It's a broadcast. It's a signal you send out to the world every single second. Some of you are praying for a better life, but the energy you're giving off is doubt, fear, and exhaustion. You say you want success, but you wake up late. You drag yourself through the day, and you give 50% effort hoping for 100% results. Life doesn't work like that. Your energy is your currency. The way you show up in the morning determines how the rest of the day pays you back. You walk in with confidence, with a smile, with a fire in your spirit, and doors open. People respond to you. Opportunities notice you. But if you walk in looking defeated, that's exactly what you'll get: defeat. Listen, I wake up at 3 a.m. not because I'm special, but because I understand that how I start my day sets the tone for everything else. I guard my energy like it's my last dollar. I don't let negative people drain me. I don't let lazy habits rob me. I invest my energy into the things that matter. My goals, my family, my purpose. Some of you think motivation is something you wait for. No, motivation is something you create by controlling your energy. You eat better, you move your body, you speak life over yourself. You don't just wait for good vibes, you generate them. And here's the biggest truth. Your energy doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone connected to you, your kids, your team, your friend. They feed off what you bring. So if you're dull, tired, and unmotivated, you're not just lowering your light, you're lowering theirs. From today on, I need you to take responsibility for your energy. Walk like you belong in the room. Speak like your words matter. Work like your future is watching you. Because it is. Stop saying I'm tired and start saying I'm ready. Stop saying I'll out and start saying I will. Stop waiting for the right mood. Bring the right mood. Because the truth is this, your energy creates your reality. If you want a bigger life, you've got to bring bigger energy. Listen to me. Some of you keep wondering why your life feels stuck, why your dreams are moving in slow motion, and why every day feels the same. But here's the truth. It's not your talent that's holding you back. It's your energy. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how many degrees you got. If you walk into your dreams with low energy, with a tired spirit, with your shoulders slouched, the universe is going to treat you exactly how you present yourself. Because energy is not invisible. It's a broadcast. It's a signal you send out to the world every single second. Some of you are praying for a better life, but the energy you're giving off is doubt, fear, and exhaustion. You say you want success, but you wake up late, you drag yourself through the day, and you give 50% effort hoping for 100% results. Life doesn't work like that. Your energy is your currency. The way you show up in the morning determines how the rest of the day pays you back. You walk in with confidence, with a smile, with a fire in your spirit, and doors open. People respond to you. Opportunities notice you. But if you walk in looking defeated, that's exactly what you'll get. Defeat. Listen, son, I wake up at 3 a.m. not because I'm special, but because I understand that how I start my day sets the tone for everything else. I guard my energy like it's my last dollar. I don't let negative people drain me. I don't let lazy habits rob me. I invest my energy into the things that matter. My goals, my family, my purpose. Some of you think motivation is something you wait for. No, motivation is something you create by controlling your energy. You eat better, you move your body, you speak life over yourself. You don't just wait for good vibes, you generate them. And here's the biggest truth. Your energy doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone connected to you. Your kids, your team, your friends, they feed off what you bring. So if you're dull, tired, and unmotivated, you're not just lowering your life, you're lowering theirs. From today on, I need you to take responsibility for your energy. Walk like you belong in the room. Speak like your words matter. Work like your future is watching you, because it is. Stop saying I'm tired and stop saying I'm ready. Stop saying I hope and stop saying I will. Stop waiting for the right move. Bring the right move. Because the truth is this, your energy creates your reality. If you want a bigger life, you got to bring bigger energy. Listen to me. Some of you keep wondering why you're putting in the time, but you're not seeing the results. You're showing up, you're going through the motions, you're checking the boxes, but it feels like nothing's moving forward. And I'm here to tell you the truth. It's not that you're not working. It's that you're working with low energy. And low energy equals low results, period. You can't expect a high performance life if you're operating on low power. You can't build a skyscraper with a flashlight battery. You can't run a race on fumes. You can't create a life that's on fire if your spirit's barely lit. Everything in your reality is a reflection of what's happening inside you. If you're tired inside, your life will look tired. If you're distracted inside, your life will be scattered. If you're doubting yourself inside, your life will keep producing doubt on the outside. Some of you keep trying to fix the outside. New job, new relationship, new environment. But you're taking the same low energy self into every new situation. And then you wonder why nothing changes. It's because the problem isn't around you. The problem is within you. You can't put a brand new engine in a car if you keep filling the tank with bad fuel. You can't expect a harvest if you keep planting seeds in dry soil. I've seen it over and over again. Two people with the same opportunity. One of them goes all in with energy. The other one does just enough to get by. The one with energy might not even have the best skills, but they will find a way to win because their intensity creates momentum. And momentum beats talent when talent is moving slow. You gotta understand, energy is not just about being loud or hyped. It's about presence. It's about how much of yourself you're bringing to the moment. You can sit in a meeting and say nothing but still radiate focus and strength. Or you can sit in the same meeting and be physically there, but mentally checked out. And everybody can feel the difference. Your energy communicates before you open your mouth. When I was broke, homeless, and sleep in abandoned buildings, I had every reason to walk around with my head down. But I realized something. If I let my inside stay broken, my outside was gonna stay broken too. So I started showing up with everything I had, even when I didn't feel like it. I started giving my energy to my grind, not my excuses. I started walking like I belonged before I actually did. And guess what? The results started matching the energy. Some of you are living on survival mode energy, just enough to make it through the day. You wake up tired. You drag yourself through work. You give your dream the leftovers of your strength. And then you wonder why it's not growing. Your dream can't survive on your scraps. It needs your best. It needs a part of you that's alive, alert, and unstoppable. And don't get it twisted. Life will test your energy. It will drain you. It will put people, problems, and pain in your path to see how bad you really want it. And if you let those things kill your spirit, the results will reflect that. But if you keep your energy high, if you find a way to refuel every single day, you can push through things that would have stopped you before. Look at athletes. The ones at the top don't just train their bodies, they train their inner energy. They eat right, they rest right, they prepare mentally because they know their performance is tied to their internal state. You can't run a championship level on a junk food diet and a negative mindset. The same goes for you. You can't expect elite results with sloppy habits and a drained spirit. Your energy is your investment into the future. Every day you put out low energy, you'll make a small deposit into a life of mediocrity. Every day you put out high energy, you're making a big deposit into a life of abundance. And here's the thing, you can't cheat this system. You can't fake high energy for long. The real you always comes through. When I walk into a room, I don't need to tell people I'm serious. My energy tells them before I speak. When I step on a stage, people feel the work I put into myself, not just the words I'm about to say. That's why I'm telling you, your energy builds trust. Your energy builds influence. Your energy builds results. Some of you need to take a hard look at your daily patterns. Are you fueling yourself or draining yourself? Are you surrounding yourself with people who light you up or people who burn you out? Are you starting your day in a way that sets you on fire or a way that makes you want to crawl back into bed? Because all of that adds up. Every choice is either charging your battery or killing it. And don't come to me talking about I'm just not an energetic person. That's a choice. You don't have to be bouncing off the walls, but you do have to be intentional about how you show up. You control your sleep. You control your diet. You control your movement. You control your movement. You control your focus. You control the words you speak over yourself. And every one of those things impacts your internal state, which then impacts your external reality. I'm telling you, if you want more in life, you gotta bring more of yourself to life. If you want higher results, you've gotta operate at a higher frequency. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for some magical moment of inspiration. Get up and create it. Move your body. Speak life over yourself. Attack the day with intention. Because when your energy rises, your results will rise to meet it. Your reality is not built by chance. It's built by choice. And the biggest choice you make every day is the level of energy you bring to the fight. Bring low energy, get low results. Bring high energy, get high results. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's the law of life. You got something in you, something real, something powerful. But the truth is, potential means nothing if you're not doing anything with it. You can be talented, gifted, called, chosen, whatever you want to call it. But if you're sitting on that potential, if you're protecting it inside your comfort zone, it's dying there. Potential that isn't activated is wasted. It's not developing, it's not evolving. It's just sitting, stale, rotting inside of you. You keep saying you're waiting for the right time. Waiting until you're ready. Waiting until you feel brave enough, strong enough, smart enough. Let me tell you something. That right time you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. That's just fear in disguise. That's comfort talking you out of greatness. That's your old mindset trying to protect your ego by keeping you stuck. And while you sit and wait, your potential is rusting. You don't get stronger by staying safe. You don't grow by staying still. Growth lives where it's uncomfortable. Greatness is forged in the unknown. That's why the comfort zone is so dangerous. It convinces you that being still is being safe, but it's not. You're not safe when you're playing small. You're not safe when you're hiding your gifts. You're slowly dying there. You think you're preserving your energy, but really you're leaking purpose every day you don't act. What are you waiting for? Somebody to validate you? Somebody to pull you out? Let me be real with you. Nobody's coming. Nobody is going to drag you out of that comfort zone. That's on you. That's your move. You've got to get sick of being safe. You've got to be done with being average. You've got to be fed up with waking up knowing you're not doing what you're capable of. That's the fuel. You've got to move before you're ready. You've got to take action before you're comfortable. Cool. Let me tell you something. Nobody's ever ready. Nobody feels 100% confident when they start. But confidence isn't a requirement to begin. It's a result of consistency. You start scared. You move anyway. And every step you take outside that comfort zone, you expand, you stretch, you grow. And the more you grow, the more that potential begins to unlock. Not because it wasn't there, but because you finally gave it room to breathe. Think about it. Lions weren't meant for cages. You weren't built to hide. You weren't built to survive, you were built to thrive. But thriving takes risk. It takes exposure. It takes the willingness to look foolish, to fall down, to get rejected, to be uncomfortable. You gotta be okay being bad at something before you're good. You gotta be okay being unseen before you're known. You gotta be okay being doubted before you're believed in. That's the journey. That's the process. Don't let temporary comfort become permanent regret. Don't let easy now turn into hard later. The longer you stay where it's safe, the more you'll convince yourself that's where you belong. And you don't. You belong in rooms that challenge you. You belong in arenas that test you. You belong in places that make you nervous because that's where transformation lives. You gotta kill that voice in your head that keeps saying, what if I fail? Replace it with, oh, if I fly? Replace it with, oh, what if I finally become the person I was created to be? Fear will always whisper lies to keep you small. You've gotta scream back with action. You don't beat fear by thinking, you beat it by doing. You override it with movement. No? And stop looking around at other people who already made it and thinking they had something you did. They did. They just moved. They just decided that wasting their potential was more painful than facing their fears. They just got tired of watching from the sidelines while their dreams passed them by. And that's what it takes. You got to make the decision that you'd rather fail trying than succeed at doing nothing. The truth is, you've already got what it takes. You don't need more talent. You don't need more knowledge. You don't need more motivation. You need more courage. You need to stop waiting and start building. You need to stop dreaming and stop dreaming and start moving. Because potential doesn't fulfill itself. It doesn't wake up one day and decide to go to work. You have to do that. You have to show up for your gift. There are people out there who need what you got inside. People waiting to hear your story, waiting to be impacted by your purpose. But they'll never see it if you keep hiding. They'll never benefit if you keep waiting for things to feel right. You're not just robbing yourself by staying in your comfort zone. You're robbing the world of the greatness you were meant to give it. So stop burying your potential under fear. Stop protecting your ego at the expense of your purpose. Stop moving. Start failing forward. Start putting pressure on your comfort zone until it bursts. Because inside you is something the world has never seen before.